Hey, it's Tuesday, May 21st, 2019. I had a delay for a few days. I had to buy new syringes, and I had to go to a store to buy them, and I hadn't actually done that before. I usually go to a walk-in center, get them from the community center that I'm volunteering at, but I haven't done that for a while, so my year supply or whatever ran out. So yeah, I ran out of these tips, and I used the it's 23 gauge, and they're about 1 inch long. But when I put this into my muscle, I only go down maybe that far, so 1 centimeter. But as you can see, I'm fairly athletic, so there's not a lot of fat to go through until I hit muscle. This is about all I got here. So I don't go as deep. Other folks may need a different size for that reason. So my updraw needle is 16 gauge by 1 1/2. I found that a bit long. I'm just putting this into the bottle, so I don't really need that long of a syringe for this bottle size. But yeah, that's how they come usually, so it doesn't really matter for this part of it. I put some air into there and then pull back the dropper. And I like to force that out again, make sure all the bubbles are out, and go back down into the solution and drop. I go a little bit past the mark and then push that back out again, just in case there's one last bubble inside of there, and then I pull this back until it's past this pink part. And I found an easy way to remember which end you need if you're changing them. It's just you're going from pink to blue or the other color. 23 gauge is black. 22 gauge I think is a blue color here. So at first I was using those all the time. It was really easy to remember. 18 gauge, the drop needle is pink. And then I'm going to a black or blue end, and this one is 22 gauge for black, 23 gauge for blue. So that's that part. Sorry, my voice is a bit off. I don't really talk that much to many people, so you can ask me questions in the comments, and subscribe and like the video if you like. This is what it looks like before doing your injection. So I take the protection cap off, make sure a little bubble comes out. I can try that. And then go right ahead. I've tried to prop my leg, my foot onto something so that it takes the muscle tension, because I find if you're really tense and pressing on your leg, it makes your muscle really tense, so when you put your injection in, it's more difficult. It clenches around. So I found if I can just be relaxed, and you can do other things like play some music, light a candle. I usually take a bath first. I just took a bath. That makes me feel really relaxed. Use some Epsom salts, and it also cleans my skin, so it's disinfected. Just double checking the air bubbles are out, and here we go. Tension's off the leg. very sensitive lately. I don't know if it's just my exposure or... Just draw back a little bit, make sure I'm not in a blood vessel, and then plunge in. As I'm doing it, I also let the needle come under the skin a little bit. And that's it. Well done. So remember to hit the links and subscribe and like the video if you do. And ask me questions. I'm F to M, trans guy. I've been on testosterone for 7 years. Yeah, some people commented about the beard. Usually people do because it's a different color than most folks. And that has only come in the past 2 or 3 years, like this thickness, and I didn't allow it to grow before that, before it could grow in like this, because I was uncomfortable with it being kind of sparse. And I'm also, like, obviously losing hair. My age is 43. I just had a birthday on Friday, and enjoyed the long weekend, went to the island. And yeah, so it's one thing I find challenging, and maybe we could talk about, is how people see my presentation and assume that I have a history of this presentation, and I don't know how to trim my beard at all. But I'm 43, and then another factor is I pass as early 30s or late 20-year-old, which also brings it connotations of maybe I should be in my prime, maybe I failed at being in my prime, maybe people perceive a lack of wisdom, because I look so youthful. I've always looked very youthful. Before my transition, I was about 16 years old, even though I was 35. So there's a lot of assumptions negatively against me being perceived as a cisgendered, masculine presenting male. And I don't have those things. I'm more queer than you think, in other words. So yeah, I'd like to open a discussion around that. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, like, subscribe. See you later.